Welcome back, guys, to Reality Unscripted. And today we will be discussing the Real Housewives of Dubai. And I don't know how you guys are feeling regarding this season so far, but before we jump into the episode, just remember, guys, to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And let's get right into it. Now, I know it's our first time watching
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
show. We did not watch season one, guys. What are your thoughts so far of the season that you're watching of The Housewives of Dubai?
I'm gonna say it's like somewhat mild interesting. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that I can get behind. I'm still learning all the cast members because it's new to me. Still learning
Right.
the cast members, still learning all their storylines. So it is somewhat interesting. It's something that I could like watch. So I'm enjoying it so far. So
So
far.
far,
So
yeah.
yeah. But what you think though?
For me, I think I touched on it last week. I'm actually enjoying this season. The reason being, it's like it feels so glamorous.
Yeah.
It gives me
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. It gives me what housewives should be about, that luxury lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also enjoying the light surface level moments that they are having in their feud. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like there's an issue, they have a sit down, they discuss it, and they move on. It's not this lingering thing for the purpose of the show or drawn out just to make TV or create a
Yeah.
season. I'm liking how they seem like they are friendly and they know of each other. I won't say they are the best of friends off screen, but I don't get the feeling like it's a bunch of female put together to make a show.
Yeah.
It seems like they genuinely hang around each other. The fact that
I
they were
love how
discussing the
civil. I
Beyonce
love how civil.
concert,
Yeah, I love how civil they are. I mean, they do have
yeah,
their issues and they argue and they talk about it and then that's it. And in their confessions, they're like light shade and all of that. The shade
yeah,
is fun. I ain't gonna lie. It's
yes,
fun in the
that is what yeah, and that's what
shade.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying, and it gives me hope for the actual show to come and the rest of the season, where
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't feel dark. It doesn't feel like a bunch of females that don't like each other and they have to be forced to be around each other. It seems very like a group. Like I'm actually watching a group of
Yeah.
friends and they're navigating adult life and drama that may have happened and they know how to sit down. And I love the fact that whenever there's an issue, we don't have to wait till the ending of the season to see a one-on-one sit down to
Yeah.
discuss whatever the issue was from episode one of the season. So it's nice that they are having more, the more one-on-ones, a lot of group scenes, which is really important. And yeah, I'm just enjoying actually the season so far. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
I really hope that the viewership goes up because I know it was supposed to be on Sundays. I know they moved it to Tuesdays. And I don't see they're pushing marketing when it comes on to this show. So I really
And I
do hope
must
for
say,
tuning
this cast is this show is the first show where I like almost like all the cast. I like
Yes.
all of them. Like there's
Yes.
something
There's not
about them
one
that I
person
was
I'm
like,
like, oh
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah. So we saw episode yesterday's episode, and to get right into the episode, we saw where we had the continuation from the previous episode where I believe it was Talene's party, and we
Mm-hmm.
saw that blow up that happened between Stanbury and Brooks. And then Stanbury decided to leave, and then this is where we had Brooks, who stated that she basically, like she can't take the CUNT, allegedly what was said.
See you. What did she call it again? See you.
CUNT,
Tuesdays.
see you next Tuesday. Yeah,
See you
so
next Tuesday.
CUNT, right? So
Yeah.
we saw where that was allegedly said because obviously it was blurred out. I didn't have the
Yeah.
privilege to watch it on Peacock to see the unfiltered version. But we saw that blow up that happened, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Like, what do you think? Do you really think Brooks, based on what Brooks is saying, that's what really is bothering Brooks? Or do you really there is more to the situation with her and Stanbury, why she's taking this to heart as to what was said about Talene, and this is why she's so upset?
I mean, is saying it, which is it's not hard to see that it's just more. It's just I feel like it's just more. It would be weird if
Yeah.
if it's just what Stanbury said about Talene. Talina
Yes.
already let it go. It's not an issue to her. Me as a friend, as much as how loyal I am, if my friend let it
Mm-hmm.
go, I would have let it go too.
Yeah, and it was so
Yeah,
ridiculous how she kept
it
harping
was.
on it. I'm like, just say what it is that's really bothering
Yeah,
you.
because it was really
But
kind of coming off as she doing too much.
yes,
Yeah,
and I don't enjoy this constantly under like surface level drama that's you're
yeah,
not getting to the deep root of what's really bothering you. You're making it seem, as in Brooks is making it seem, that she is so, which she may be, so
mm-hmm,
loyal to Talene and she's so taken back by what Stanberry said about it. But the fact that Stanberry and Talene could have the conversation and they said it was a joke.
and they
Talene, who
laughed
is
about it. It was
the
a joke, right?
right,
Yeah.
and Talene, who is a person who is a part of this, actually a part of it, to be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's whatever. I'm just not understanding Brooke's standpoint why she's still so
Yeah, it's
on
like she
this
was using it
scenario.
for a storyline because, like, this is weird at this point.
That, or is that she's seen this behavior previously with Stanberry, so knowing that she did it with a friend of hers, is like she just doesn't want to let it go because she wants Stanberry to own up to whatever was said. Or if it's a situation where, as they were saying, is he now jealous because Stanberry is
Jealous,
getting
yeah.
close to Ian and Lisa, so
Mm-hmm.
she's starting to, deflect or make something bigger than it actually is. But I don't know. It was just to me, and I don't know. I was saying it in previous episode that I think Brooks, don't know what the hell she's going through. Again, I didn't watch season one, guys, so I don't really know much
Yeah,
of her backstory. But she's drinking a lot, and it's clearly affecting the group. Where when she goes out in these public settings, it's like this big blow up or this big drama with
yeah.
her and the group. So I don't know, do you think that she drinks a lot, or you think she's just having fun, like nothing is wrong with how
From
she's
what I've
behaving?
seen, I think she maybe drink a bit too much.
Right.
Like you said, you may never know what somebody be going through. One could say it's also her job. It could be stressing because she open a new location, I
New
think.
location.
Or
I
yeah,
saw, yeah.
so it could be that. And like she
Mm,
said, the first 6 months of a new business can be the worst. So I feel like maybe her work stress is spilling over into her social life. I
yeah.
would want to believe, but yeah,
Maybe.
it might be a bit too much. I mean, at Talene's party, they were doing a bit too much. They were pretty antsy with each other,
Yeah.
doing all of that. It was just a bit weird to me, but I mean, probably that's how they
Yeah.
get down in Dubai. I don't know.
Uh, then we saw the next situation which we had was the double dates. So it
Yeah.
was Talene and her husband, and then we had Sarah and the guy that she met at Talene's party. Now, what were your thoughts on the dates? To me, I think the guy was okay. I didn't see anything really wrong with him, but clearly Sarah had an issue with him and she was checking off a lot of red flags
Yeah, he was an
that she
okay
had with the
guy.
guy. But did you think Sarah is just being a bit too hard or harsh? Or do you think that she rightfully so saw those were red flag, like legit red flags, and she's like, yeah, it's not
It
gonna work.
would be, and it's just weird that I'm calling everything weird, but it was kind of weird what she was using as a red flag. For example, if you
Yes.
believe in aliens or not, that was a red flag. That was a bit weird. Like,
Weird, yeah. And I think she herself saying that she herself believes in
yeah, she
aliens, but
said
not
it.
the green looking whatever whatever. But I'm like, it just seemed to me like you clearly aren't interested. The Twitterverse wants to say she clearly is interested in Sergio, but
Hmm, that's her
um,
brother, or
but
that's what she
it's
want to say.
yeah, but it's like you clearly came into this date basically already not interested,
Yeah.
because the red flags to me, and I only can speak to me, I know she's previous episodes I could see that she's healing from some trauma from previous relationships. But to me, it just seemed like she came into this dinner just to
Hmm.
do Selena a favor to get her off her back. She's
Yeah.
really not feeling the guy. And whatever fuckery he comes up throughout this date, I am just going to call it as a red flag for me, and it's just not going to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, because based on their first encounter when she got introduced to him the first time, I could have tell that she wasn't interested. So I
Yeah.
was just shocking that she would have went on the date with him. But there was only one thing that I saw that she used as a red flag, which I would say when yeah, I think Talene asked him if what do you think about dating someone with a kid, and he was like,
Oh
dating a
yeah,
woman with a kid is the same as dating a woman with a one. That
that's
first of all, that's different. That is way
different.
different.
Yeah,
So that was like the only real red flag.
yeah.
But she ain't interested. She's just probably doing it for the show at this point.
Right, yeah. And it was just so sad because I'm sure Telline would have loved all four of them to be always hanging out, seeing that
Right.
it's a friend of theirs. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so moving on from that, we got to the eviction party, which was Stanberry's eviction party. We see that
Mm-hmm.
Stanberry had a lot of stuff in her friend's place. I don't know which normal person would move in a friend who has literally an entire house within one room of their
Right.
place. No, we saw this eviction party, that the whole blow up that happened between Stanberry and Brooks. So, of course, she disinvited Brooks to the event. Of course, that was a topic of conversation at the party where persons were like, why would you uninvite her? This maybe would have been an opportunity to clear the air. And we saw where Stanberry stood her ground. But before we really got into that discussion, we saw in the beginning of the episode, which we saw where Sergio overheard I think it was some
The
therapist telling
hypnotherapist.
telling
Yeah.
Stanberry that she mothers Sergio. He overheard it, did not like it. We saw the little argument that I had earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But then we saw in the episode where he's clearly taken back by it, and the good friend that Sarah is, she picked up that something is off. She pulled him to the side to find out what was happening, and you could see where he wanted to break down or cry because he's really hurt by what was said and maybe how Stanberry is basically taking that information from the hypnotherapist as if like whatever.
I believe.
But
Excuse me.
mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I believe they both got a point though. Both Sergio
Well,
and
yeah.
Stanberry do baby him or mother him a lot. Or he's like a mother figure to him a lot. But I
Well,
get
she's
his
older,
point.
so it's
She's
it's
older,
it's
yeah.
it's
And because he's
expected.
like 29 and she's like 45, I think, thereabout.
Right, right.
But I also see his point of view as well, because if you love your significant other, you just want to be under them at all
Be
times.
around,
I
right?
mean,
Yeah.
that may not be the case. It depends on like how your life is set up, but like I understand him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And I
don't
don't
know.
know. I'm seeing where persons are also saying he's so clingy and he's so this. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe he is. But I
He
like it.
is.
Like,
Yeah, who
imagine
wouldn't like
if
it?
she was with this young guy who is not clingy and not showing any interest in her. Then we will be saying she
Yeah.
married this young guy. Clearly, the guy
Who
is not
doesn't know?
interested in
Yeah,
her.
it's just there for the
He's
money or
whatever,
something
whatever.
like
He's
that.
just there
Yeah.
for the money or something. And you have someone who wants to be around her. Even I was watching his Instagram story last night when she was going on Watch What Happens Live, and just to see
Mm-hmm.
him in the background videoing her while she get her makeup done, it reminds
Mm-hmm.
me, although we know it's now a torture what's going on right there, but it kind of reminds me of Kim Zolciak and Croy, where you had Croy
Yeah.
always following Kim around, always just want to be there to support his wife. So that's how
Yeah.
I view it. I can see where, yes, at times it may become stifling, like, okay, this person keeps on, is on me, but I don't see why we as a society call out someone really loving. And I like how Sergio
Yeah.
said, like, yeah, he loves her. Like, what's wrong with,
Right. That's the
he
whole
doesn't see anything
point.
wrong in what he's doing. Like, what is wrong? Like, I know what I'm doing wrong. But it's the same thing I'm saying. Like, if he was not doing all of those stuff, we would be the same one saying that, girl, you don't see this dude is younger than you. He's clearly not interested in you. He's clearly about
Yeah.
your money. So what do we want? We can't have a perfect in between. Like, he's somewhat clinging, but he's also somewhat like, life doesn't really work that way. So
Yeah.
for me right now, I don't mind it. We saw where he spoke to Sarah about how he was feeling, and then we saw where her daughter basically said, and I don't really want to speak on kids, but we saw where her daughter basically was saying to him that he's very clingy or whatever. Of course, he
Yeah.
rightfully said what is wrong with that, he loves her. And then we also
Mm-hmm.
saw where I think they were doing a speech, and then the daughter said something like, it's always your dream to wear a wedding dress or something like that. And I'm like, well,
Something
why
like,
are
yeah,
we
it was
coming
just
Sergio? And we see next week preview where it shows that him and Stanberry got into an argument regarding the same thing. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, is this of showing Sergio as his annoying husband or clingy husband, because it's clearly that's all they're editing to show. Like
Yeah.
how clingy he is, or
That's
what
her,
the
it's
girls
like
are.
that's her storyline. Her having a clingy husband, which is
Mhm.
is I don't like that though, because I understand his point of view.
Yeah. All right. So back to the conversation we had with a group of girls where they were discussing now the uninviting of Brooks to the events, and of course they were trying to let Stanbury understand. Say it's not that deep, but
Mm-hmm.
I was somewhat taken back. I don't know your thoughts on that conversation, but I was like, you
They all
cannot
were
tell
shocked.
someone how to feel and tell someone that she was clearly joking because she was drunk. But as Stanbury rightfully said, if she was now supposed to go ahead and abuse Sarah and then say, "Oh, I was drunk," would she get the same thing where you just say, "Oh, well, she was drunk"?
Which
It
is
would have been a
fair.
deeper conversation. Yeah, it would be a
Yeah.
deeper conversation. So yes, I'm not saying that Brooks maybe was not drunk, was not joking or blame it on the alcohol,
Yeah.
but the fact that even Lisa then came and said when she had dinner with her and she was pointing it out to her, she clearly did not want to take any accountability for whatever she thought she said or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to show you. So you're here telling this lady, so why would you take it that serious? Why would you uninvite her? It's not that serious. But then you clearly have someone saying, well, we had dinner last night and she's not really taking accountability. So what are we like,
Yeah, it's like
what?
contradicting
Yes.
basically. Yeah.
But
But
I don't know. What were your thoughts on it? Do you think that she was just maybe just really drunk? Stanbury should not take it that serious? Do you think that, well, she called me a
mm,
CUNT, allegedly, with whatever? So what were
like you
your
said, if the roles were reversed,
reverse?
Brooks would be so mad at Stanbury.
Right.
So
And then you
at
people who
first I
knows
wasn't
it
even
probably got
thinking
a
about
race
it.
card in it. If she
Yeah,
did, it was that way
right.
around. And she said you'd have probably had a race card be pulled or something. But I don't
Before
know.
she even explained herself, when she was saying that she uninvited her, I was like, that's crazy. Because I was just shocked as them to why the hell would you uninvite her? Or why would you uninvite
Right.
someone after you invited them? But that's her, and she got to put her feelings first. I mean,
She
and
got to
if
put.
she's hurt, she's hurt.
Hush.
Right. Right. Because
Yeah.
I was
Well, that
ignoring
was
the
the.
fact, though.
Huh?
I was ignoring the fact that I mean she got a feelings too. So
Yeah.
I mean whatever she said about Talene, they already squashed
Cleared it
that.
up.
They
They
said it
squashed
was
it.
a
She's even
joke.
at the
Fine,
party.
it's
She's
a
even at the
joke,
party.
right?
So why are we still making it
So I
a
feel like
thing?
it's kind of different when Brooks call her see you tomorrow, see you Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of different because it was more of in a serious kind of vibe because they were talking about it, but they were started to get a bit rowdy. Well, Brooks started to get a bit rowdy, so it was like an argument, and she got up and left. So it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of a serious moment there. While when she was talking about Talene, when it was more of a joke, as what she
Yeah.
said. So
Yeah. All right. So what are we? All right. So the final scene I believe we had, which was the sit down we had with Brooks and Stanbury.
mhm.
Now we saw where she was late. Brooks was late. She came and gave her excuse as she, she just opened a business, plus she has her son that she has to deal with. She's divorced, so she has her son that she had to deal with, and also Stanbury was like, "Yeah, everybody has things they have to do with life or deal with in life.
Mhm.
So, what is really the excuse here?"
Yeah, I saw that little reaction that she had. She was
Yeah, she
basically saying
clearly
everybody
was
got stuff.
right.
She was calling
Everybody
her
got stuff
she
to
was
do.
calling her yeah,
So,
she was calling her a little bit.
but then we got this sit down between the two of them, and I want you to hear your. Well, we saw. I'm assuming it will be continued or not, but we saw it was like the last 5 minutes of the episode. What
Yeah.
were your thought process on that sit down? Do you think it was progressive? Do you think that they now
I
see
felt
each
like it
other
was
and understand?
pointless. I felt like
Yeah.
it was pointless.
I
Just
think it
like
just
what
builds more of a divide
yeah,
between the two of
yeah.
them because she was late pissing Stanbury off. Then she
Mhm.
came and whatever she was mumbling in her mouth saying to Stanbury clearly did not move Stanbury to
Yeah,
see
she
like,
did
well, I want
not
to
take
go forward.
accountability. She did not.
Right.
And then the only thing that I agreed with what she said what was in she said we both are stubborn. They both
Well, yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I felt like Stanberry maybe wanted to resolve it more than she wanted to, than Brooks wanted
Dan
to.
Brooks wanted to.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Brooks needed a storyline, so she wants to keep it going.
Like I said, I feel like she's using it for a storyline.
Or she clearly has deeper issues with Stanberry, but she maybe doesn't want to bring it on camera, so she's just keeping it at the Talene situation.
Mm-hmm.
Or as what persons are saying in their confession, she's maybe really jealous of the fact that Ian and Lisa are now
Yeah,
getting close. And I guess last year they weren't on the close train, but
yeah.
now she cut off I guess her friendship, our close friendship with Ian and the rest of them to back Stanberry, and now Stanberry's all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden chummy with them, and now it leaves her out there, so she no longer can, be that peacemaker in between. So it's like, okay, she doesn't maybe have a clear purpose to the
Yeah.
friendship with her. I don't know what it is.
I
I do
definitely
hope
need to do
throughout the
my research.
season.
I probably need to go watch season 1 because I don't see the reason why Brooks don't like Lisa though.
Well, it's
She's not feeling her. So I need to go
well,
do my research to see
research
what.
and see why
Yeah.
exactly they are. But that was the actual episode. I don't think we had anything that was major highlight that needed to be covered. We
No.
clearly see next week we have Stanberry and Sergio getting into it, and I think there's going to be a dinner scene and another argument happening. I can't remember fully,
They
but
they always be having parties. I love it though. I love
yeah.
it.
But other than that, though, I really do enjoy The Housewives of Dubai. It was a show that I never thought that I would actually gotten into,
Me
because
too.
I heard that season 1 was a flop, and then it was like, to me, I was like, oh, I can't take another Housewives show to put under, but I'm like, you know what? Let me try the show out, and I'm actually enjoying
Mm-hmm.
it so far.
Yeah.
Now, let me know, guys, in the comment section, what were your thoughts on the episode? How are you guys enjoying the season so far? We will see you guys again next week. Please remember, guys, to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. And we will see you guys next week as we will discuss the Housewives of Dubai. Bye, y'all.
Bye y'all.